And now for your weekly dose of metal. Here are your hosts, Morgan Danielle and Luco Blaze on The Metal Experience.
Woo! All right, we just heard a terrible, terrible band called The Forms They Take with the song Legion. That's the terrible band that I'm in. Luco Blaze, Morgan Danielle, the chin hair of knowledge. We got Greg Master over here. Brought some donuts. We also just heard Faces of the Bog, the track The Serpent and the Dagger off of their Ego Death CD. And their CD release show is this Friday at Reggie's. Woot woot. You know who else they're playing with?
I can look that up.
Yes, you can. All right. Well, like I said, I am Luca Blaze, Morgan Danielle, chin hair of knowledge. Greg Master sitting next to me, brought the donuts. And we have on with us very special guests for their second time as John Eats a Pickle. We have Air Raid with the brand new CD that just came out a couple weeks ago. Why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves and what you do in the band? Oh, they were almost kissed. They almost kissed. I watched it.
Well, we did earlier, so we don't have to do it again.
Perfect.
But we weren't there to witness, so do it again.
Yeah.
Just get real close.
My name's John, and I do vocals and play bass.
I am Matt, and I am the drummer.
Joel play guitar.
I'm Paul. I play guitar, and I sometimes sing too.
Luca, why'd you put the microphones
You
up
guys
so
can-
high?
I didn't. I just
They're
set
all
'em
like
up.
stretching their
You
necks.
can adjust
to try
those
to,
whatever way you want.
This is a tall person trying to set up microphones for
I
normal
literally
sized people.
Just put them out
I
there.
apologize.
You can use little nubbies on the side.
Fuck this. We're leaving.
Yeah. Fuck.
Got to set them up right there.
That's better.
There you go.
So
Yeah.
welcome back, guys. It's been quite a while. If you go onto the metalexperience.com, you can actually hear your old episode of you on with us. And it was probably back in 2012, 2013. I'm going to find out for us, just so we have an
It
exact
was
date.
like October 21st, 2012.
How do you know that?
It was a
Wow.
week before Halloween, and it was 2012.
Wow, look at this guy. He's on it.
Paul remembers dates
Paul's got it.
freakishly well.
I'm going to look it up just to confirm that was the actual date, because that's scary. Usually I'm the good
no, I
one with
believe him.
date.
Morgan,
you
I,
don't
I believe him too. No, I totally believe him.
23rd ballpark.
October 23rd, 2012. Have a donut. So, since then, you guys have released a second album that came out this year. So, it took 4 years. So, let's talk about everything that we missed in between that. Why such a delay on such an epic release?
Fucking because. What do you want us to say?
Yeah. Getting the music ready, and we like to be prepared before we go in the studio and not have to doctor up and punch in everything. And then we recorded it. And then, some small things happen, like John had a baby. That kind of takes up a little
Congrats.
little bit of time.
John had a baby and grew his dad dick. You immediately grow your dad dick and your dad arms when you have a child. Congrats on the dad dick and the dad arms.
And then, so that gives us about 2 months of an excuse, and then there's another 14 months or so that I have no excuse for. But anyways, thank you.
Well, look how long it took for Chinese Democracy to come out, and that was like
Let's not compare us to Guns N' Roses. Like right off the bat.
This
let's not go
album's
down
better
that
than
road.
Chinese Democracy.
Yeah.
I can already tell that. Yes, it is. So tell us a little bit about this album. It is called Something Awful, which obviously doesn't ring true to your music because it's not awful at all. But why did you name it Something Awful? And describe the album cover. It's different than a normal just artwork with your logo.
Exactly.
Kind of the point, yeah.
Exactly.
The joke is that we're a metal band, so the album name has to be just like some horrible, gruesome thing about like babies being raped or some shit. So it was like, well, what are we going to name the album? I don't know, but it's got to be something awful. But
Boom.
Perfect. Great answer. I like it. A lot of what you guys were listening to during this recording, what would you What would you say were your influences?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, some of these songs are old. Like, Deathaholic's Deathaholic's the oldest song of anything that we play still. And,
Yeah,
so that
like-
song's been around for a while. So it's hard to, like, this album didn't get put together as there wasn't, like, a bunch of, like, writing sessions and stuff like that where it was, like, it's just everyone... It's us writing the way for the most part, it's Paul and John write songs almost all the way through, if not all the way through, and then we just like hash it out and jam on it. So it's everyone's, because we all listen to different, there's overlapping influences between us, but then there's definitely stuff that each individual person listens to, on their own or more than other people or whatever. So yeah, all of the influences.
All of them.
All of them ever. So this album artwork, what is this cover? Is this all of your guys' faces?
No, that's the wonderful
That's Dave.
Macabre Dave
Princess
Fitzpatrick.
Macabre Dave.
I know that, dude.
Princess?
Yeah.
Princess Macabre Dave.
Princess
Macabre
Macabre.
Dave.
If you don't know him personally, I guarantee that you recognize him from being around. He's a wonderful human being and quite a sight to behold in a mosh pit if he decides that it's time to go apeshit. And we just we just wanted his face on the front.
He's just an animated motherfucker to begin with.
yeah.
He just has that, like, animated all the fuck over the place. Like, I don't know. It's Dave.
And that
Fucking
dude
Macabre
loves
Dave.
his Disney.
Yeah.
He does love his Disney.
Yeah.
But I don't want to. You can have you could have like the 8-armed monster or whatever, like ripping a bunch of people apart, or like the tech death, like Phoenix flying over some alien planet, like painted beautiful artwork. But I don't know. We were just all we knew when we were going for artwork is it can't be a million other metal albums covers that we've already seen, and it was just
It had to
just
be
wanted
Dave.
something different. It had to be Dave.
Plus,
And-
everybody knows Dave, so it kind of is like an instant recognition thing.
We toyed around with the idea of getting, like, full body shots of him, like, wearing, like, a tutu, like, covered in shit, like, holding, like, a gun and, like, a dildo or something, but it didn't pan out. So the face thing kind of worked.
You know he probably would have done that.
Oh, fuck yeah, he would.
And where was this, was this, we got a full length? Where was this recorded?
Bricktop Studios.
Good old Pete Grossman at Bricktop Studio.
With Pete Grossman, which is where we also recorded that the last 2012 recording.
Hell yeah. And then the back album artwork, what is that? Is that a propeller that's all blown to shit?
That is the charred remains of the Chicago World's Fair after the Chicago fire. Just thought it was kind of
That's
fitting. And it was
badass.
stock footage, so we didn't have to pay for it or anything. So that
Even
really
better.
helps a lot too.
Most importantly,
Always a plus.
It is. And then in the background, the statue that's like, marching over this land that just burned down. No, that's very sweet. Very sweet. Well, why don't we go ahead, because I can't wait any longer. I want to hear, let's play a track off of Something Awful. What's the first track you guys want to play tonight?
Go in order.
Just
fucking
go in
pick
order?
one, man.
Yeah.
All right.
Your
Start
call,
at the beginning.
dude.
Let's start right at the beginning with Deathaholic. And what's this bad boy about?
About killing people and being addicted to it. It's pretty self-explanatory.
Perfect. Let's do it.
Thank
guitar.
Is Justin the vocalist?
Hey, I'm Corey. I also play guitar.
We are survivalists. You're on the Metal Experience. Woo! And we just heard the first track off of Air Raid's new CD, Something Awful. That was Deathaholic, and that is a fucking tasty tune. I thoroughly enjoy that one live also.
Yeah, that was insane.
Thank you.
I'm so happy. You guys have no idea how. I really wish you guys had CDs on you when I saw you a couple days ago. That would have been even better. That'd be just weird that you guys are walking around with like, oh yeah, I got one in my pocket.
Yeah. At
But-
the House of Blues.
I have them in my car all the time.
Well, you weren't fucking at the House of Blues, cool guy.
I was not.
The show we're speaking of was Between the Buried and Me, Devin Townsend, this past weekend. I lost Derek right at the beginning of the show, but I ran into a lot of sweet people.
Derek says it otherwise. Derek said, well, I'll see you later. And you kind of like left him.
No, you started
Of, like-
talking to someone, and I was like, I got to go check out the merch because I got to buy Morgan a shirt.
There's nothing wrong
And then
with
when
that.
I came back, you were gone. I figured you were going to be there talking to some dude for a few minutes. I was only gone for like a minute. I just walked over to see what they had, and then
Well,
I think I bought
I'll
a
stand
CD
later
and
in
then-
the evening. You're just like, oh, I'm gonna go walk around. I'll see you later.
oh, I definitely did that later.
Yeah, so you kind of like just left
That
him.
was later.
Okay.
That was later.
House of Blues can be kind of scary when you're by yourself.
No way.
I used to walk from the train station all the way to the House of Blues, be at the House of Blues by myself, and walk back to the train
Just
station.
fucking hanging out by yourself. It's not a problem. Oh my goodness. So we are rocking out here with Air Raid. I am Luke O'Blaze with Morgan Danielle. Sitting next to me, the chin hair of knowledge. I am actually sandwiched in between two men. The chin hair of knowledge
You
and
wouldn't have it any other way.
oh my goodness. And Greg Master just figured out this Rubik's
The
Cube.
cube of Rubik.
So it's
Like it
pretty.
was
It's
nothing.
pretty awesome that you guys are the band that Luco celebrates his
5
5-year
years.
anniversary with, because you were actually one of the first bands that we met in the scene. One of the few bands that we started listening to. Thanks to Chicago Metal Alliance for introducing us to, but that goes back a long time ago.
We were actually using the Tears of Shit intro
Yeah.
on the Chicago Metal Alliance sponsored.
When Randy
segment.
Helsing made us, a little sweeper, he used Tears of Shit in the background.
And where are our royalties exactly?
Yeah, talk to Randy about that.
Randy has those.
Yeah.
Randy
We're gonna
made
pass the
those.
moonshine.
He doesn't have them
Okay,
anymore.
Cool.
Hey, those 17
Nice.
cents would go a long way.
Yeah. Your royalties are sitting behind me in the form of
Donuts. There we go. That's acceptable.
Donuts.
Those eat as many as you can. All of them. If you want the rest of them, take them home. Throw them at homeless
Give them
people.
to your children.
Give them to homeless people. Homeless people. Oh, sorry.
You just like saying homeless people.
Homeless
don't you?
people. They like donuts just as much as everyone else does.
But they have to dance for them.
Throw them at their feet. Dance.
Do a trick.
Oh, that was good stuff. Good stuff. Oh my goodness. So since the last time you guys came on, it was, you said October 2012. You guys have played a shit ton of shows. You guys have been playing shows, killing it. What are some of the most memorable and least memorable, most embarrassing maybe moments of some live shows with the last 4 years?
Don't all go at
Well, yeah.
once.
Okay. Well, let's see.
Opening for like Dying Fetus and 6 Feet Under is like cool as shit. You know, because we're a bunch of fucking metal fanboys and like
Nice.
it's like, oh fuck, hey look, it's fucking Chris Barnes smoking a cigarette. Cool.
I was at
I
that
mean,
show.
that.
Yeah.
The Gorguts show was pretty
Yeah.
good.
I think Gorgut's fucking origin show is pretty ridiculously awesome. We've played with We've opened for Hate Eternal twice.
Nice.
That's
Eric
fucking
Rutan.
cool.
Vital
we played
Remains
with-
twice.
Vital
Played
Remains
with
twice.
Revocation at Ultra Lounge.
Yeah,
That was pretty fucking
amazing. So yeah, we've had lots of cool shows. Least memorable or bad things?
Not necessarily bad things. I like to always ask, when you play shows, what time, like, hey, I was rocking out so hard and I fell off the stage.
Yeah, no,
Something
I'm trying to
goofy.
think of like stuff like that.
Oh yeah, pretty good balance. We played Smiler Coogan's, and there was feces smeared on the wall in the men's restroom, so that was pretty cool. We knew we were at the right bar.
That's a little
So we knew we were at the
disgusting.
right bar.
Yeah, that was good times.
Let's see.
That was the same show where like a bunch of drunk dudes came up to us after the set. None of them spoke a word of English, and they all just like honed in on Joe. They were just like, "This guy's awesome." And, they were taking like selfies with them and shit, and we gave them stickers. And I just imagine like Sunday morning, some hungover dude, just like, "What the fuck did I do last night?" And like checking his phone with like pictures of our redheaded guitarist and a bunch of like dead kitten stickers in his pockets.
Yeah, I took like 10 or 12 pictures with these guys.
How did they were just didn't speak any English
They weren't there
They
for the show.
They
were just
spoke
there.
enough, I guess.
to say we want pictures with you.
What did they say? Like, "Oh, your music is like my life," or some shit like that.
I can't remember now, but it was fucking.
Which is a really scary thought.
Oh my god.
Like helium hard-on and AIDS bullet,
We live that every day in our country.
mass suicide flash mob. You live that every day. Tears of shit.
Crazy.
Very random. That's awesome. The man will take a Coors, please.
Only the classy shit for me.
I'll have a Coors.
But yeah, other than that, I don't know. We played this. I'm not gonna call out the place. But we played a DIY spot, Southside, and like later on, I was sort of I ended up in a conversation getting sized up by a dude who's like L.A. prison for 14 years and like rolled with like Mexican mafia, and it was like him and his friends were sort of like that was an interesting post show sort of like, yeah, I'm gonna hang out with these guys for a while because if I don't, then I'm gonna get jumped when I try to leave.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It was definitely a sort of like I have to talk
I
and
remember
chill
that.
with these guys for like 40 minutes or for however long it takes, and like make
40.
sure that like I'm just like not.
You're cool.
Yeah,
They're cool.
Like yeah, because it's one of those things where they're like, okay, let's fuck with this dude a little bit, and if he like caves, then we're gonna jump his ass outside, and if not, then like yeah, we'll have some beers. And
That's
smoke.
insane.
So yeah, that happened.
And you didn't get jumped. You're still alive.
Did not get jumped. No physical harm.
You're still living.
I outweighted them, and then they had better things to do, so they left.
And now they worship him as a drum god and have to give him offerings.
He did give them all hand jobs, though, but that was like he
Separate.
offered. They didn't ask for it.
you got to do what you got to do. You know?
That was actually
That's-
before they started, threatening him.
LIVIN.
So they started threatening you after the HJs.
They were really bad HJs, apparently.
Or they're just not appreciative at all.
I had smoked, so I had cotton mouth, and I had no spit to work with. And it was just-
Oh, that sounds painful.
They had better in prison.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Paul almost passed out on stage.
Oh yeah, that was great.
yeah, Paul did almost black.
I had like some weird like vertigo, like epileptic dehydration fit on stage. It's never happened before or since. And like right before we went into a song, the room just like started spinning, and I had to like go outside and like I don't know, catch my fucking breath or some shit. I don't know.
It
That
was a
fun.
crazy hot day, and weren't you like fucking laying asphalt at work?
I work
like,
outside all day when I'm not fucking playing guitar and being like a heavy metal god. Yeah, right. But yeah, I guess I was dehydrated or some shit, and it just did not sit well with the stage strobe lights, and like the fog machine went, and I don't know. But yeah, that was fun. That was cool.
It's just interesting to turn around and see my guitar player walking off stage in the middle of a set. And it was at Livewire, so it's not like there's like a side stage that he could walk to. He just kind of had to push through the crowd to say.
You just unplugged and
I hung my guitar up and started walking off. In the process, almost like killing Joe's amplifier and totally toppling it. So like I'm trying to like walk off stage, my balance is all fucked up, so I'm teeter-tottering all over the place. I almost knock off Joe's amp, and then I have to like navigate down the 4 steps at the Livewire stage, which was not fun, and then make my way through like a sea of people. So yeah, it was cool. That was
But
good
then-
times.
Best time to crowd surf you.
Yeah, for real.
oh, that would have been sweet. But then you came back in and finished the set.
Yeah.
Yeah, he made it back in by the
end.
end of that song, actually.
Boom. Just need a quick
Kicked right
breather.
back in.
Yeah.
So when he was walking out, were you guys like, where the fuck is he going?
Fuck this
Yeah.
shit later, bitches.
No, I assumed it was something like either he's about to shit his pants or like
I
which
thought
is-
that's
I mean,
what it was.
Look, I mean, like, yeah, that's just kind of it happens to everyone every once in a while. The shitting the pants.
Yeah, to
But,
shit his pants, so he went
Yeah,
outside.
but no. Once he went outside, though, I was like, okay. No. You know what? Sorry, I'm remembering it all right now. I heard him. You said like, I don't feel good or something like that.
Yeah.
He made a comment as he was walking off, and I was like, okay, he needs fresh air, and we just kept playing this. I mean, don't let him see you sweat. I mean, you know what I mean.
Or pass out.
Yeah.
Do you guys?
Don't let him see you black the fuck out.
Do you remember what song it was?
Helium hard on.
It was right before we went into Helium Hard On.
Yeah.
All right, so why don't we go into Helium Hard On right now, which is also another great song. And I like the way, John, I like the way you explain the song before you guys go into them. I like the way you explain all of the songs you go into. But let's do Helium Hard On, which is another one of my personal favorites off of the Something Awful CD. Air Raid, Helium Hard On. I'm fucking super hard right now. Let's do it.
Helium
And now, back to the metal experience.
Did you say hookers and blow?
No, I said the metal experience.
That's not nearly as good.
Fuck you! Will you wear the blood?
And we are back. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, the chin hair of knowledge, Greg Master, who brings the donuts. And we are here for Luco's 5-year anniversary show with our friends in Air Raid. And that song was called Helium Hard On.
Woo!
You guys all hard? I wouldn't know.
Morgan's the hardest of all of us.
So tell us a little bit about Helium Hard On. How do you even
What was the
get...
thought
How
process?
does that work? Do you know from experience?
No, not yet at
Okay.
least. Well, yeah, maybe Paul. Paul can admit it. I can't yet. I don't know. There's not much thought process that goes into the initial concepts of our songs. That kind of just think of something terrible that seems funny, and if we are influenced enough, then we write a whole song about it. That one in particular is about a guy who tortures people and has somebody, and he's bored because he's done everything he can with torturing and trying to come up with a new idea, and then suddenly notices that for some reason he has a helium tank, so he decides to inflate his latest victim's penis with it to see how long it takes before it explodes.
I didn't know there was all that backstory to the character, by the way.
You got to read our lyrics, Matt.
And the lyrics are all listed in the CD, correct?
They are, yes.
I'm just the drummer. That's just
Well,
Nice.
before you do that, Derek, I think it's about time for some Derek time.
No, it's not.
Do you not have that?
It's only 14 minutes in.
45.
What? Holy shit.
Well, Morgan,
Time flies when you're having fun.
take.
Could I speak to the drug dealer of the house, please?
Let's hear it from the soundboard.
Cookies?
All right, Luco. Tour news or random news?
Give me the tour news, please.
Okay, I don't have much, but I Hate God has announced that their frontman Mike Williams is not able to make their upcoming tour with Discharge and Toxic Holocaust, which is set to begin 10/6 in Washington and end 10/15 in Chicago at Reggie's due to health issues. And since I Hate God does not want to cancel the dates, they have enlisted Lamb of God frontman Randy Blythe to fill in on vocals.
Awesome.
Yeah, Dixie Whiskey.
Yeah, Dixie.
No one can hear you, Greg. Speak into the microphone.
I said Randy Blythe did that cover song of I Hate God, Dixie Wixie.
Dixie Whiskey.
Whiskey.
That sounds like a
His
cat
other
name.
band, Halo of Locusts.
Dixie Wixie.
That was a good show.
And then the other little bit of tour news is I got Cruel Hand has announced their Blackened Earth tour with Lifeless Purgatory, Judiciary, and Near Death as support. Tour begins 11/26 in New York and runs through 12/18 in Michigan. No Chicago dates have been announced, but 12/16 they're playing the Metal Girl in Milwaukee.
All right. What else you got for us?
I got I guess I found something interesting. If you want to pre-order the new All That Remains album, they have set up an account on pledgemusic.com.
Okay.
They're offering some interesting pre-orders.
Like what?
Anything from disposable camera for like $50, signed T-shirts, personal training sessions, or for $350 you can have a personal Skype session with Phil Abante about for a Libertarian Philosophy 101.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds awful.
So the disposable camera, is it just like, hey, we got this disposable camera from our parents back from 1994,
No,
and we'll just throw it in there, or do they like take pictures with it?
Nothing but dick pics.
Yeah,
Nothing but
nothing
dick
but dick
pics.
I would hope so.
And then they send it to you, and then you gotta develop them.
I don't know, but it's got All
then
That
give it back to
Remains
him.
printed on the front.
Ooh.
Ooh.
For
So
$50.
it would be $9.99 at Walgreens as
Yes,
opposed to
yes.
$8.99.
Yes. Or for $75,000 you could get a full All That Remains acoustic show.
What?
Yeah.
You
That
could
also sounds awful.
you could
I
get
didn't want to
that.
say it.
$75,000.
You could probably get that for way less. You just sign them to a tour
Yeah.
to play a show and give them like $5,000.
They get paid what? Yeah, maybe like 500 to $1,000 per show, maybe.
Yeah.
Like for the whole band.
but it's like, who's gonna want to buy that thing? It's stupid.
Yeah. I mean, fan or not of All That Remains. No.
It is All That Remains.
All That Remains. Okay. There's too many start with a 3-word bands in the world.
Yeah.
But yeah, fan or not, I feel like their music doesn't translate well to acoustic.
I feel like
Even
most
if
of
you're
their
a fan.
fans don't have $75,000.
That's why I had to include that in my little bit of random news because I thought that was stupid.
That's news to me.
Okay, $75,000, kind of steep. I can see if they're like, all right, $8,000. We'll play your backyard for an acoustic set. I don't know.
And it's
That's
still
crazy.
available if
8,000
anyone
and
wants
a
to buy it.
Well, yeah,
I bet it
obviously.
is. They're just hoping there's that one rich person out there that's a huge All That Remains fan.
Some guy in Dubai that'll pay that.
There you go.
Maybe Donald Trump.
Yeah.
You never know.
What else you got for us?
I got As Lay Dying frontman Tim Lambesis, who is in prison for trying to hire a hitman to kill his wife.
Yeah.
Is currently suing the prison medical team for $35 million because he got gynecomastia, or swelling of the breasts in boys and men.
Man boobs.
Yeah, which is caused by an imbalance of hormone estrogen and testosterone. And Tim stated that the prison nurse did not have any Anstols or whatever, which is on
him the motherfucking steroids is what.
Yeah, because he's suffering anabolic steroid withdrawal. So he's in prison now with boobs.
So
I hope he's having a great old time.
this is what I don't get is how did he come up with $35 million?
Part of it was
It's all
'cause-
that pain and suffering.
Yeah, part of it is because he claims that his reputation is being tarnished from it. Wasn't it already when he got
From
thrown into jail?
JoJo and Cell Block C?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you mean?
I don't
He's probably even more popular
I don't
now.
think. I don't think his reputation would have been tarnished about it if he hadn't sued anybody. Because I didn't know about it till he sued anybody.
Did he have man boobs like that one dude from Fight Club? Man boobs?
I don't know.
I wonder
His name is Robert Palmer.
his name in death. We have a name. That's kind of interesting, but I'm still confused at how he came up with $35 million.
He's just miserable and wants money.
Not
And
like
he was suing another thing for like another few million dollars as well. But I think that one got denied.
Not like, hey, I'm suing you for $10,000. No, $35 million.
Like I said, it's all the pain and suffering from Big
It's
Bubba.
probably just some lawyer trying to get a paycheck.
That's fucking
Yeah.
goofy. All right, what else you got for us?
And I guess in an interview with Metal Hammer magazine,
Tim
Moby,
Lambesis is now in porn with man boobs.
With man boobs.
Moby, that guy that's the DJ and electronic musician,
Okay.
stated that one point in time, himself, Dimebag Darrell, and Tommy Lee were having a night of excessive drinking and decided they were going to form a band together.
He just said that. He was like, hey, Metal Hammer, I just want to give you guys a call, let you know that one night I was drinking with Tommy Lee and Dimebag Darrell, and we were going to form a band, but we never did.
You know
All right,
what?
good talk. See you later.
I think that's actually in Tommy Lee's book. I remember something like that being said. Not gonna lie.
It was in 2002, and I guess Moby was a big fan
Yeah.
of like, the Great
I-
Southern
I'm-
Trendkill. And he used to play in like punk bands before.
I'm remembering something that Tommy had mentioned, something like that.
I don't think it's so far. I mean, how many times have you been drunk with your friends saying we should totally do this shit?
Oh, right. It's just bullshit. But I mean, what an odd combination to be talking about starting a band to begin with.
We should totally go over there and murder that group of people. Yeah, let's go murder them. Let's stab their faces off.
I never joke about that
Yeah,
sort of stuff.
neither do I, but
I do
Wink,
it.
wink,
I'd actually
nudge,
do it.
nudge.
Yeah. Wink, wink, nudge,
There's
nudge.
no joke in there.
Just a very random. Just very random.
I said there was no joking.
And then that's it for my little spiel.
Your random news?
Yes.
Okay. Wait. So that was the tour news and the random news.
Yes.
What band you got for us tonight?
Benighted from France.
Benighted?
Benighted.
Benighted?
Yes.
And what do you got for us?
The song is called Slaughter Suicide off the 2000 album Carnivore Sublime.
Oh my goodness. All right, what style of music is this?
Brutal death metal and grindcore.
Perfect. Let's do it.
goddamn right.
This is the Metal Experience, and now back to Morgan and Luco.
And we are back. That was my pick of the evening. The song was Slaughter Suicide
Oh, of course it was.
by Benighted from France.
Slaughter Suicide.
It was a good song.
What was that song about? Do you know?
No, I do not.
Puppies.
Puppies.
Yes.
Slaughter and/or suicide.
And about if their
And
soul is
puppies.
divine, if you caught that in the intro. But enough about me. We are here with Air Raid tonight.
Woo!
Gentlemen, it's always a pleasure.
Always indeed.
So what's new? What's
Morning.
going on?
Take it away. I'm eating his donut.
Herpes?
Nah, that's old. Come on now.
Damn.
It's new this
old
week
news.
because it, just flared up.
Came
again.
back up.
Man, you should get some
al-
cream or something.
It's always new and it's always old.
So you guys have some shows coming up. What are the next shows you guys got coming up?
The most immediate ones are actually, we're going on I guess you could call it a tour of sorts, just a weekend thing at the end of October. We're doing Friday in Philadelphia, I believe.
Friday the 21st in Philadelphia.
Friday, October 21st, Philadelphia. Saturday in
Defiance,
Ohio. And then that Sunday at the Doom Room in Indiana for our
Woo!
first time,
Doom Room.
Nice.
which I've heard very good things about. So I'm pretty
They are amazing. Good people.
We're trying to pick up one more show for that Thursday somewhere in the Ohio area. So by all means, hit us up.
yeah.
If you've got room in Ohio, Air Raid wants to play with you.
So are you guys just doing this by yourselves, or are you going out on the road with anyone else?
Just by ourselves.
By ourselves.
Now, how do you get a show booked in Philadelphia?
Well, Philadelphia came about because Matt has been drumming with Immortal Bird for the
Bird, B-I-R-D?
I can't remember when his first tour with them was. It was earlier this year, but and they tour all over the place. They've been going all over the country over the past half a year. So that was through somebody he met when he was out with them. I mean, we've been talking about getting out of state for a while. We've played Indiana and Wisconsin, but never super far. But this kind of all started when Paul booked the show in Ohio, and then we kind of went with that. And, worked around there. So yeah.
Have you familiarized yourself with the bands that you're going to be sharing the stage with those evenings?
To a
Not-
degree.
Yeah.
We're playing with Testimony at the Doom Room in Lafayette. Those
Nice.
guys are cool.
Yeah, we've played with them a few times.
They're fun.
Yeah, they are.
Are you guys doing a headline show in Philadelphia, or are you guys opening for any bands over there?
I want to say there's 4 bands. We're somewhere in the middle.
Yeah,
So
I think that's like I don't know if it's a CD release, but I think it's like some band there. It's like some sort of like bigger show for them. So
I think the headlining band is from France.
That's what
Department
it
of
is.
Corrections, Departments of Corrections.
yeah, that's it.
Grindcore.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Yeah, they
You
are.
know them?
Yes, I do.
Of course. If it's grindcore, of course, Derek
Right.
knows them.
That's actually pretty cool.
Nice.
So they're the headliners, and yeah, so we managed to get on that show. So yeah, we're looking forward to it. Like I said, we've made it a state away a few times in our past, but to be go on a
So this is
halfway
big
across
for
the
you
country.
guys, because how long have you guys been together as a band?
Too goddamn long.
Yeah.
And now you've decided to venture a little bit further this time.
Now we have a full-length album to back up
Yeah.
that venture.
And
Didn't
then-
make any sense
I
before.
mean, in some form or another, we've been around since 2002. Paul, Matt, and I have been in the group since then. We've had, only 2 other former members, but different lineups between the combinations. And then, then we were down to 3, hadn't played a show in a year. And that was when Paul and I decided, fuck it, let's do some vocals too. And we really sucked at first.
Yep.
I mean, I don't think we're too great now, but we really sucked at first. Not too long ago, I saw video footage of one of our first shows that we did with vocals, and I was like, holy shit, we were even worse than I remember. But yeah, and then I met Joe. He was jamming with one of my buddies, and I thought he'd fit in, so we managed to bring him in. And yeah. When did you join, Joe? How long has it been?
After we raped him.
Well, yeah, but
Yeah, it was like
Dates.
Not before.
Not before.
2011, 2012,
Must have been 11.
yeah.
11.
Because, yeah. All right, so yeah. So, I mean, fuck. 5 years already with Joe in the band with this lineup, so.
You're still the new guy.
Ultimately.
Oh my goodness. Well, we got a bunch more tracks to play off the Something Awful CD. We want to just keep going in order?
Yeah.
Pick
Or
one,
you want to
man.
jump around?
Just pick one. Dude.
Okay,
Do whatever you
actually,
wanna go for it, dude.
I don't want to play it in order. I really want to play God Hates Fags, but He Loves the Cock. This is the last
Loves
track.
it.
He loves
This is
it.
the last track off the
Loves it.
CD.
Yes.
This is God Hates Fags, but Loves the Cock. Air Raid. Let's do it.
Judgment comes for those who sin.
Hi, I'm Brandon.
Hey, I'm Ben. We're from Snow Burial, and you're listening to The Metal Experience.
All right, that was fucking awesome. That was some more Air Raid. That song was called God Hates Fags, but He Loves the Cock. I am Luco Blaze, Morgan Danielle, the chin hair of knowledge, and Greg Master over here turding shit all over his balls. And
Turding shit.
Turding shit.
Turding shit.
And that was another classic tune. Classic already by Air Raid. Oh my god. So you guys do back and forth vocals in the live shows.
Mm-hmm.
Now, do you guys do back and forth vocals on the recorded stuff also?
Yeah.
Yep.
And who writes do you guys write the lyrics together? Do you write them? What's the process on that?
It's pretty much separate. I mean, Paul and I, like Matt said earlier, Paul and I we write the song by ourselves. We bring it to the band, and it kind of, goes from there. But the lyrics work pretty much, well, not the same way. The songs that we write the lyrics for typically. I mean, sometimes one of us might, add our own little bits in here and there, shit like that.
There's a little bit of collaboration here and there, but for the most part, it's kind of just individual.
Yeah.
Okay, so then, as example, that last song, I only heard John's vocals. Is that correct? Well, except for Paul
Paul does
I'm in
some
there on
backups.
some backing vocals,
The
but that
backups,
is a John Ricks original right there.
Yeah.
Start to finish.
So then, what was the idea to God hates fags, but He loves the cock?
So, I mean, you
say it without laughing. Say it once without laughing. Right
God
now.
hates fags, but loves the cock.
But He loves the cock. It
But
doesn't
he
work if
loves
you don't
it.
say he. Then
He
it's
loves
just,
the cock.
bigotry.
because God is a man, always remember. I mean, I think this song is probably the closest we'll get to being political or close to anything of substance in a way. And no matter what your belief system is, whatever, who gives a shit. The Westboro Baptist Church is a festering pile of human dog shit in, I think, any sane mind, and that's kind of where the basis came. And obviously they have their phrase they like to put on their picket signs: God hates fags, because gay people is the reason for 9/11 and all that fun stuff they like to say. So yeah, I thought of the idea of, wouldn't it be funny if a Westboro Baptist Church member left a rally, and as he was walking home past the alley and saw God sucking dick, and so he decided to kill himself because his whole life has been a lie. That's like I said, it's the closest we'll get to being political, or it's not even politics, but anything like that, I guess.
Religious.
Yeah, religious.
Perfect.
The funny thing is the title of the song, people are going to read the word fag or see the word fag, and right away they're going to be, oh, no, you can't say that word. It's a bad word. No. But if you think about what the song is really called, and then you read the lyrics, you'll realize we're bashing the Westboro Baptist Church because fuck the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah.
We're not bashing the gays. Who gives a shit? Whatever. Fuck the Westboro Baptist Church.
Yeah, they're human dog shit.
Yeah, fuck them. They should die.
Perfect.
Preferably by killing themselves after
Yeah.
they see God sucking.
After they see him sucking dick.
Well, we got a bunch more tracks to play, and I really want to listen to some more tunes. Let's play another track, but this time let's go back to the beginning, and let's start from the beginning. The next track is Mass Suicide Flash Mob. You know what, before we go on this, does this have double vocals? One vocals? What?
Yes.
This is mainly
Mostly,
me with John doing backup. So
Now,
it's reversed.
With this, did you write pretty much all the lyrics for it?
Yeah, I wrote the song and the vocals for it, the words, the lyrics.
The lyrics.
The things that are sung.
Yeah,
or
the
screamed.
vocal
Screamed.
alliterations.
All right.
What is this song about?
So a flash mob is when a bunch of people get together and do something douchey. So I thought mass suicide would be less douchey if a bunch of people just went to a shopping center and all started killing themselves at the same time.
You guys have just the fucking craziest imaginations. I love it.
Vivid imaginations?
Very vivid. This next one, off Air Raid, their new CD, Something Awful. This is Mass Suicide Flash Mob.
Track
Let's do it.
2.
And now a word from D. Reitz of One Steel Wound.
Spoken poetry for the metal experience. Eat my cock, eat my cock. Don't spit on it, that ain't classy. Eat my cock, oh won't you eat my cock? No handies, let's get nasty. Eat my ass, stir it with your hands. Eat my ass, spread brown, take me to class. You're listening to the Metal Experience.
All right, we are back. I am Morgan Danielle with Luco Blaze, the chin hair of knowledge. Greg Master, who's obsessed now with Rubik Cubes. He's always been. More. He's doing crazy shit over there. And we are back with Air Raid, playing songs off of the brand new release, Something Awful. That was another amazing track that we just heard. Very brutal. It's called Mass Suicide Flash Mob. And yes, it is exactly what you think it is about.
When
flash
people
mob
are doing
committing suicide.
Something douchey.
Yeah. So
that was the best explanation.
No
of it.
joke. I mean, the music is not awful. Something Awful is a great CD. The concepts are awful scenarios.
Awfully hilarious.
I feel like I should have put a disclaimer at the beginning of this going, not for the faint of heart. Please listen with open minds and don't close your ears.
Among other open things.
Yes. So you have kids, John, and I know that your kids enjoy your music. When they get older, how are you going to describe to them what Daddy's music is about? Once they start singing it at school, is that when you run into problems?
I mean, they'll figure it out as it comes along, right? I don't know. I mean,
AIDS
bullet.
bullet.
One of them is only. I mean, by that point in the future, I'm sure there will be AIDS bullets out there if there isn't already. But I mean, one of them's only 15 months, so thankfully she can't really understand much yet. But the other one being 6, I haven't really, when she asked me what song titles, I usually avoid it for now. But I mean, kids find out about shit these days. The internet's pretty crazy and all. So the most I'd ever try to, with anything, if she finds out about something I'd rather not that she know about, you just try and put it in as real world terms as possible. So all I'll put for anything else is that Daddy likes to write things down that he thinks are stupid and ridiculous. That that you shouldn't try at home, preferably.
Do you have different titles for songs to your children? So, like, let's say Helium Hard On, they want to know what that one's about, and you make up different.
I think so far I've pretty successfully just avoided telling them the song titles. I mean, they only ask so often. They used to, when they play shows, and if my wife came along and took video, she'd show them and they'd be like, "Oh, what was that song called?" They'd be like, "Yeah, I'll tell you when you're older." But
that one's called Helium Hard On, kids.
Want to know what it's about? But I mean, you gotta figure it out as you go along. And that's true of anything when it comes to parenting, really. But yeah, I mean, we have. It's not pronounced, but our fellow local Chicago buddies in Elbow Deep have a couple magnets. I mean, one is just their logo, nothing too crazy, but the other is a woman on all fours, except for that she's missing the top or bottom, however you want to put it, halves of her limbs, so she's pretty much on all four stumps.
Oh my
God!
God!
Completely in the nude as well, and her face is a little gruesome. But we have that magnet on our refrigerator, and so far nobody's asked about it. We've had family over, and I've always expected one of them to be like, "Really, you want to have this with it?" And so far nothing. But
I guess you're just known to be this person.
Yeah.
No one asks questions. That's just John.
That's just John.
All right. Well, you know what? We
Jerry
got
from Elbow Deep's a good guy.
Ton more tracks. Let's do another Air Raid track. We've been talking about AIDS Bullet a lot tonight.
We have?
I have.
Okay.
Yeah, Luco has.
Why don't we go ahead and play AIDS Bullet? And this is about a bullet, I'm guessing.
Paul, you can explain it.
It's about a dude who wants to infect as many people with AIDS as he possibly can. So he masturbates and bleeds into a bucket of bullets.
Oh my gosh.
And then loads them into a gun and shoots people at random, but shoots them in a way where they don't die from the gun wound. They just kind of like get shot in the arm or something, and they heal from the gun wound. But like
now they have AIDS.
What movies were you watching that you decided?
That's based on a real life story.
Are you serious?
Based on a real life story that happened in Michigan in the 70s or something like that.
I don't even think I knew that.
Yeah.
I feel